All right, welcome everyone to episode 56 of the Midnight Channel. We are back. I'm here with Brandon and Brittany. Brittany's hasn't been here in a while, but she's finally back. It's good to have her. How you doing, Brittany?
I'm good. I've just been tired with work and school.
Yeah, you've been we talked about it a little bit ago. You've been super busy, but thank you for making it.
Yeah, happy I got to make it this Friday.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. We got Microsoft stuff to talk about because they're in trouble, not just with Activision, but they have a big mess of stuff going on. Uh, Tears of the Kingdom previews went out. The collector's edition leaked today. We're not gonna talk about any of that, but I am warning everyone in chat that Tears of the Kingdom is out there now. It'll probably be I'll give it 2 days before it gets dumped because the collector's edition is out there. So I'm gonna give it 2 days before it gets dumped. And yeah, so good luck. Mute
Yeah.
words. I don't mute words
Be
on
wary of the
Twitter.
spoilers.
Yeah, I have to like dance around because the Xenoblade DLC dropped and I'm not playing it right away because I'm going through Xenoblade 3 with Marissa right now, so I'm waiting to like just go through the DLC together. And I'm like dancing around Twitter, trying not to get spoiled on stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm excited, but we're gonna go around like we usually do and see what everyone's been up to. Brandon, what have you been playing?
Overwatch. I've been doing um team stuff. I'm on an Overwatch team. We play in a league called Tranquility. That is really cool. And the like regular season has just ended, and we go into knockouts next week, and then maybe championship bracket if we win. It's been that. Been playing. I haven't played much of console since I moved. Genshin I've been playing, but I have been playing Minish Cap. I love Minish Cap. That's really fun. That's that game is like there's so many times where I'm like, this is so enjoyable. Like this is way better than Ocarina of Time. Like it's genuinely like that game is more enjoyable than Ocarina of Time. A lot of that. A lot
There's
of it is.
there's something about Minish Cap that's very like pick up and play. Like I think
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was designed like perfectly for mobile where it's just like you pick it up, you can play it for like 20 minutes, get a task done and then put it away and then pick it up the next day.
Yeah, it's been super fun, and I really want to keep playing more. And also, it has the benefit of like it hasn't scared me. Ocarina of Time consistently scared me. I
It's a
was
scary
spooked by
game.
the game. Yeah, I was spooked by all of Ocarina of Time. When they asked me to go in that dumbass well, I did not want to at all. I really didn't. It was very spooky. But other than that, I haven't been playing much other than that. Uh, the little like medallion things. I walked into a house one time and it's like come back when you have these medallions and I'm like okay and then I get them. I get through the tutorial and I go back and now that dude's just talking to me like that conversation never happened. And I think it said to press L on people instead of talking to them, but it's not working with anything and I picked up like seven and I'm not quite sure how it works. Yeah.
So you know anything about how it works?
Well, I didn't skip the tutorial, but they only told me it once.
So
So like,
so you just
yeah,
never did you pay
go ahead.
attention to it when it told you?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that guy said you could walk up to people and press L and see if you have like a matching one or something. But I pressed L on a lot of people I've run into, and it doesn't. Nothing's happened. I tried messing with the like bag and stuff. I'm just not. I'm honestly confused.
Mm-hmm. Well,
It's been
how
fun.
how far into it are you?
I think I'm currently climbing up a mountain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's like spider webs or like dust bunnies or whatever it was. I think it's spider webs. You have
Mm-hmm.
to clear with the like blowy thing. Uh, that's been like the worst part is having to swap items for certain stuff in the menu, but it's quick enough.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
like one of the biggest things in Link's Awakening. on the Game Boy. So when they fixed that for the remake, I was very happy because ugh, the menus, like I had to go to the menu to swap every second because you only have two buttons was a little rough.
Yeah, but the maps in the dungeon are super readable, and I thought it was gonna be like more not difficult, but it's like super accessible. Like the map tells you where to go. Your little buddy, the cap tells you where to go if you need to. He'll remind you. I log in and every time he's like letting me know like where to go. It's like super accessible and like everything's super readable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got into it way easier than I did Link to the Past.
Yeah, Link to the Past is a little more difficult.
Yeah, it's what's kind of turned me away from like growing up. It's what turned me away from like those type of Zelda games and like even some of the Pokemon games of just not having a waypoint to like where I could just shut off my brain and not have to really listen to dialogue.
Mhm.
Like having a waypoint is just so useful. It's I think it's what was it, Sun and Moon? That was the first real time they put a big waypoint on your map in Pokemon. Was it was Gen 6 or Sun and Moon? I don't think Gen 5
Yeah,
had it.
yeah. I was gonna
Did
say
Omega
it's
Ruby
either
have a waypoint system?
yeah, but oh yeah, Omega
I
Ruby
didn't
came out.
play it.
Omega Ruby did come out before Sun and Moon. It was one of those three. It was one of the 3DS ones. It was either it was X and Y, Omega, Alpha Omega, or Sun and Moon. It was one of those three that did it first. I can't remember.
Yeah,
When you
and
said
that was just
Alpha and Omega, I couldn't help but think of the the movie.
Yeah.
yeah. But that's all I've really been playing. That and Mario Party. Mario Party's been a lot of fun. Really enjoying Mario Party.
All right. So been Mario Party, Overwatch, Minish Cap.
Yeah.
Nice. You gonna play any other game soon?
That's true. I don't have my PlayStation plugged up, and I can't. If Kirby's not in my backpack and it's in my closet, I have to get down a couple boxes to get to my games. But I think it's in my backpack. I just have Mario Party in my backpack right now.
Okay.
Oh, in my Switch.
Okay. All right. Sounds good then. What about you, Brittany? What have you been playing?
So I've been playing Homework, the game. No, but besides that, I've been playing The Last of Us Part 1, which super excited to finally be playing that. I've just been kind of playing stuff randomly. I played Emerald for the first time this week.
Oh,
I
okay.
played Castlevania 2 Belmont's Revenge on the Game Boy. I've played some Hades, and then yeah, I played a little bit of Minish Cap as well.
Nice.
Oh, I picked up this really cool collection. It's called the Capcom Fighting Collection,
Oh, okay.
and it's a bunch of kind of more obscure Capcom fighting titles. Like I think the most well-known one on there is probably Darkstalkers and Street Fighter. It's like the one where you're chibi characters, and then there's another one called Puzzle Fighter.
Oh, okay.
It's on there, and then there's one called Red Earth and Vampire Survivor, and I think Vampire Warrior is another one, but they're all a bunch of Capcom fighting games that I've never played, and I went through that collection and played a few rounds on each of them, and it's really cool. It's got like its own music, and you can scroll through the concept art, and I don't know, it's like a neat little piece of gaming history of Capcom's kind of more forgotten games, I guess.
Nice. That's a good. That's a good. I like it when Capcom does those collections.
Yeah, I like those collections in general where it's just kind of it's like here's this niche thing. It's I think it was like 40 or 50 bucks. I think it was a budget release. Here's this niche thing. You can buy it if you want, and I don't know, it gets people curious about those games. Builds
Yeah.
up a little bit of a fan base, and they all have online support, which is really cool. I didn't dare play online because I would get destroyed, but it's there. It's cool.
Okay. Nice. 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 So you got Capcom Fighters, Hades, Last of Us, and was there anything I'm missing?
Yeah, there was a Emerald,
Oh, Emerald.
Castlevania,
Emerald
and
Castlevania.
Minish Cap.
Okay. Cool. 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 Are there any upcoming things that you want to do? You got your PS5. Are you gonna do Forbidden West anytime soon?
I actually have I've got the voucher right here.
Oh,
Somebody at my work like left it in a box, and I guess he just didn't want it, and so my boss was like, "Oh, guess that's yours now," and I was like, "Oh, sweet."
okay, cool.
Yeah, so I may play it at some point. I haven't decided yet because I may wait for it when I possibly come back to streaming, but we'll see.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Because you got that, and then you got Burning Shores to
I
do.
know Burning Shores looks really, really good.
Yeah.
There's also I may borrow VR. Two of my coworkers have the VR, so I may borrow one so I can do the Horizon VR.
Oh, Call of the Mountain. Yeah, that
Mhm.
looks cool.
Yeah.
Alright. Awesome. Awesome. I just beat Resident Evil 4 Remake on stream. That was a lot of fun. That was a very, very good game. I'm 20, a little bit over 20 hours into Octopath 2. That's very good. That's very good. I highly recommend it to anyone that likes RPGs. You don't need to play Octopath 1 to get into it. Resident Evil 4, I recommend to everyone, even if you're not like super into horror games. There's a few sections that are like not super horror. That are high tension, very, very much horror. Most of the game, like the original Resident Evil 4, was more geared to more action. Remake balances action horror a little bit better, but a lot better actually. But it was very, very good. Xenoblade 3, you're playing that with Marissa. We're a little over halfway. We're on chapter 5. We're at the beginning of chapter 5. Gotta do some hero quests on that. Obviously, that's great. They decided to not shout drop, but they decided to drop a trailer for the DLC, and then it came out a week later. And now I'm like, okay,
Dang.
kind of good timing because I mean, I'm a little bit over halfway Xenoblade 3, but also I'm not done with Xenoblade 3 yet. I thought this was gonna come out in summer, not
Yeah,
spring.
I thought because it. When did the game came out like last summer? So it's under a year that the DLC is dropping.
Yep, under a
That's
year.
kind of crazy.
Yeah, and the average that I'm seeing, it looks like it's packed from everything I'm hearing. On how long to beat, because some people have already beaten it, but average playthrough is 9 with the extras is 20 hours for the DLC. Someone that just like sped around the story of it did it in 14 hours. So even just the story of it was 14 hours.
So it's Is it like the same? It's about the same like this Torna then.
Torna was a little bit longer, but I think the reason why Torna was a little bit longer is because a lot of that time was spent doing the community quests that they forced you to do. Like there are side quests. They're disguised as side quests because they're like, you don't have to do these to progress the story, but then it hits you with like the requirement you have to do a certain amount of side quests to progress the story. So technically this might actually be longer than Torna, because the bulk of Torna is at least half of Torna is doing those side quests to progress the story.
Well, that's good. That'll be good if this is less side quests then.
Yeah, because that mechanic is back, but from what I've seen on Twitter is that mechanic is not required this time around. Like they put like memes, because it's called the community mechanic. I've seen memes that said like there's like bars at the bottom like stories, those blah blah, and then like percentages, and everything is at 100 and community is at 0. Because people hated that was like a requirement for Torna, so everyone's like trying to beat it with as low community as possible, and I guess like you don't need any community to beat it, so
that's good. They gave the people what they wanted.
yeah. So those 3 for me. What else? I started Resident Evil 3 today because I never played Resident Evil 3 Remake. I
heard it's good.
Yeah, I brought it at the same time as when I got Resident Evil 4 Remake. I brought it for my friend, but I just never started it. And it's good. I'm at the start. It was early on. It's pretty good. I just hear it's really short, but it's pretty good.
It's kind of crazy. You can get I think you can get almost every single Resident Evil game on PS5 now.
I think you can. I think 5 might. I don't know if 5's on PS4, so I don't know if you can get 5.
No, 5's on. I have it on PS4.
Oh, then yeah,
So-
you can get it like
Weirdly
every
enough,
main one.
six also like got a PS4 port.
Yeah, so you can get every main one. I don't think you can get the Revelations games.
You can get. I have Revelations 2.
I don't
I
know
don't know
if
if you
one
can get the
is
first one. Yeah,
because I know it was originally just a 3DS title.
I think it got ported later on, but I don't know if it ever got like a physical release, and
Okay.
therefore I don't know if it's still up on the store.
Yeah, and Code Veronica hasn't been remade, so there's very few Resident Evil games that you can't get.
Yeah, it's a pretty good time. Resident Evil fans are eating good.
Yeah, and then I got this that I'm gonna dive into. So I'm excited to play Jedi Survivor. Stop it! I'm excited to play Jedi Survivor. I liked Fallen Order a lot, and everything I'm hearing is that it's better than Fallen Order. I'm hearing some frame rate issues on all platforms, mostly PC. That runs pretty poorly on PC. Then next best one is Xbox, and then the best version to play is PS5.
I hear they're already like cranking out a patch though to fix a lot of those
Yeah.
issues.
That's what I read too. So maybe by the time I end up, because I'm not gonna start it yet. I got it because I really wanted it. I got my employee discount. I got it for cheap. I was surprised what I got. They gave me the warranty on it for free. I was like, okay, cool. I did not got that as an employee, but they gave me the warranty and I got it for $60.
Nice.
Yeah, for $60. So, it was a good discount on it. I don't know when I'm gonna start it. I want to start it pretty soon, but also we'll see. We'll just see when I get the chance to play it. But that's pretty much it on my end. I don't have anything else that I've been playing. So you can go to the recent gaming releases if you guys don't have anything else to share.
I'm ready.
All right, cool. Because we got a few good ones. We got Minecraft Legends came out April 18th. It has a Metacritic of 71 and a user of 6.9. They're just 2 points off from each other, so that seems pretty good. Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters launched on Switch April 19th. No Metacritic score available. I think when I checked, there were only 2 reviews of it, but I'm assuming it's because they didn't have review codes for it, and it's like a whole collection of 6 Final Fantasy games. But
Did you see that each individual Final Fantasy installs its own thing on the Switch?
yeah,
I thought that was interesting.
yeah, cause I want gain the. I wonder like because that's how it works for people with the cartridge too. So that's pretty interesting. What was it? Next is Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores. April 19th, a Metacritic score of 82 and a user of 4.0. Is game review bombed.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know why.
I know why.
Okay.
It's like the same crap that happened for like The Last of Us 2
Yeah.
and even the first Last of Us. I just am so surprised people are still upset that gay people exist.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll talk about it right now. So, Minecraft Legends 71. I don't have anything to say about Minecraft Legends. I don't know. Brandon, Minecraft expert. Do you have anything about Minecraft Legends you want to share?
It's PvP, right?
Yeah. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching gameplay of it and I don't quite understand it, but it looks like it might be fun.
It's like tower defense PvP kind of.
Yeah.
I thought that's like good.
Oh, I was gonna say it reminds me of I think there's a game on the PS3 called Dungeon Defenders,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of reminds me of that. I used to watch my little brother play it all the time, but that's like the same vibe it was giving me.
When they showed it off, I was really excited because I'm like, bro, are they making
I thought it
making
was a
story
MOBA.
game? Yeah, I thought it was like gonna be like a story game that's like explaining the lore of Minecraft or something.
That's what it should have been.
I thought that's what it was gonna be.
That's
and
what Minecraft story mode is, guys. That's the lore.
Yeah, but Captain Sparkle showed up in that, so
Cursed.
I
don't
guess
know.
story mode.
I don't know if that counts. That game's still not. I don't think you could do Minecraft story mode anymore. Still,
Aha,
right?
No,
I have it.
I think it got
I got it.
delisted. It got delisted on stuff. I have the first season, but I think there's two
There's two.
seasons.
I have the first season on my Switch. I got it for $30, and because this guy sold it and he didn't even know that was a rare game.
Keep that. That's the grail right there.
That's a girl. That's a girl. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for it to rise up, to keep rising.
That's the stadium events of the Switch.
Exactly. I think that might be one of the rarest games I have. Hold up.
I think Disney Infinity is also like weirdly rare on the Switch.
What else?
It was the last like next gen console that it came out on.
Bayonetta 2 is pretty rare.
That's so weird. You know what else is rare?
What?
Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, not Age of Calamity, but Definitive Edition is like $70 now because it hasn't been in print for so long.
Marissa got that she got it for herself, and she never played it. And when she moved here, she just brought it with her. So now I have it. Now I have
Nice.
Hyrule Warriors. So I was missing that. Bayonetta 2, the one that had like Bayonetta 1 with it. I'm sure Bayonetta 1 is pretty rare now. but
Relationship
Bayonetta
game stonks.
Yeah. Oh, you did play Hyrule Warriors? I didn't think that you had played it. Excuse me.
Bayonetta 1 got its what was it? It's $30. You could get it at Best Buy, I think. It got its own solo release.
Yeah, but the Bayonetta 2 is pretty rare. It's the only game I played for Zelda. What else? Astral Chain is pretty rare now.
Yeah, that game's gonna go up. I think ARMS will also eventually go up. It's already like sat at $50 for the past like 3 years.
Yeah, I don't have ARMS anymore. That's one that I did get, and I think I traded it in because I didn't have a job, and I regret trading anything in. Anything I've ever traded in, I regret. But
That's fair though. If I had to choose a game to trade in because I didn't have a job, I would probably choose ARMS.
I'm choosing ARMS. What else? I have Torna physically. That's one of my proud ones. I have Torna physically.
I got it. Thankfully, they reprinted it, or else I don't know if I would have got it because it was up there. It was like 150 at one point.
Yeah, I think it's still high up there, but it's nowhere near as what it used to be. I have the Wonderful 101 remastered, but I have the Kickstarter edition of it.
That's cool.
With the sleeve and the holographic art. So I have that.
I'm shocked Pokken for Wii U is
I'm
not
surprised.
worth more.
Yeah, I'm surprised Pokken on Switch as well. I'm surprised neither of them have gone up, just given how popular Pokemon is in general.
Yeah,
And also
those games died like so quickly.
Pokemon spin-offs like retain their value really, really well. I just got a full set of I have all of the Pokemon games that were released physically on 3DS. The last one I needed was Art Academy.
I got. What was it? I remember I traded it because I didn't have a job. I traded in Pokken and ARMS. I traded in those two.
Yeah, like I said, if I didn't have a job and I needed to trade games, those are some good options. Like realistically, am I gonna play these like super frequently? Probably not.
Octopath 1 is pretty rare, and I'm pretty sure Octopath 2 will also be pretty rare, but I got the steelbook of that, and this is a beautiful steelbook.
It's real pretty. I like it.
It
looks like doodles.
What was it? I was gonna look up how much.
Drawings in a sketchbook.
Is there any games that like haunt y'all that you just really want, but it's like expensive for no reason?
Haunting Ground and Rule of Rose. I've wanted them since they were only like $80 a piece.
Mario Party 5.
Oh yeah, is that on the GameCube?
Yeah. Any Mario Party on the GameCube.
Yeah, all of them on the GameCube are just. I'm so surprised. They're all super, super expensive. Whenever we get them traded into the game store I work at, like they're just gone.
Xenoblade X. Xenoblade X, because I don't know what happened to my copy of Xenoblade Chronicles X. I like flipped my entire room apart, and I feel like I had to have accidentally, because I don't remember letting anyone borrow it. I had to have accidentally like bundled it in somewhere, and something had to have happened to it, because I had it, I got it at launch, and I don't have it anymore.
It's so surprising that and Wind Waker and Twilight Princess are like just locked on the Wii U. They're just like, we're keeping these here. It's like, come on, you guys ported New Super Mario Bros. Wii U before you ported like the 3 games that people want way more.
I'm a little.
You guys ported Pokken before you guys ported these 3.
This is my rarest amiibo.
Aw.
It's my rarest amiibo because this one was the one that was bundled and with Tire Prince HD. They better not reprint this one. They're having a grand old time reprinting Zelda amiibo that I was collecting.
Yeah, my game is Mario Party 6. It's always has been. It's the only GameCube Mario Party I'm actually missing, and it's conveniently the most expensive one. So
Is that the one that you can use a microphone with?
that's the first one you can use a microphone with. They only did it for 6 and for 7.
Nice.
This one
And
this one
you
was my rarest amiibo.
I got this guy.
Oh fuck! I want that one. Oh, he's so squishy.
I have the little cheap little like I forget what the Pokemon's called, but the Moon Legendary, that little cheap stand figurine that you got from the
what
like
is it?
collected.
Is it Lunala? Is that the
Something like
Moon's
that.
one's name?
Yeah,
I've
it's
got-
something like that.
I've got a Resident Evil 5 sand globe.
That's actually so cool.
No, it's actually sand.
Actually, you know what?
That's actually so neat.
You know what? This one, because this one's still in its box. This one might be my rarest one. Hold up, because a lot of people are paying a lot of money for this.
Oh yeah, no, he got stupid expensive,
Yeah.
stupid fast.
Yeah. So
Even loose, it's like $100 last time I checked. I think
Yeah.
it may have decreased a little bit, but it's still
that
for being
one
so recent.
that one's probably actually my most expensive amiibo.
Did Rosalina ever go down?
No, no.
36? That's not bad. 40, 30, 40?
I got the Corrin reprint. That was a win.
Yeah, Corrin P2.
Yeah.
I got a reprint, but I'm kind of bummed because I have first prints of almost every Smash Amiibo in their box except that one, Marth, and Villager.
Oh man, I missed a lot of those. I missed Cloud.
Advent Children Cloud. I'm still missing him too.
Oh, okay.
Because I think there was 2. The common release was like Final Fantasy VII Cloud, and then there's
Yeah.
Advent Children Cloud. I did get Bayonetta 1 Bayonetta though, finally.
I wish I had a job when those amiibo were coming out, so I could have actually not invested. I say invested, and now because now I can't get them. I can't even get Shulk. I wanted Shulk for the longest time. I was never able to find Shulk, and
We get them traded in at the game store. Do you collect them loose?
yeah, I collect them loose.
I'll let you know if we get any
Okay.
any Shulks traded in. Just
Yeah.
let me know which ones you're looking for. I'll keep an eye out.
Okay, sounds good. I wanted I'm hoping that he gets reprinted because Noah and
He
me are getting amiibos, and I'm thinking Pyra and Myth are getting amiibos.
Mhm.
Noah and me are getting amiibos. If Shulk doesn't get a reprint, he's never gonna get a reprint. This is the time for him to get one. If he doesn't, then it's just not happening.
Yeah.
What else? I'm trying to collect all the Smash DLC amiibo. I'm missing Banjo. That's the only one I'm missing right now.
He's another one that's kind of a pain. I
Yeah.
haven't seen him since launch, just
Yeah.
in general.
Because I got Sephiroth, I got Steven Alex. I opened Steven Alex.
I feel like Kazuya's gonna be a rare one. I feel like he sat on shelves for a little bit. He's a bit of a dust collector.
Yeah,
and then,
I have him down here. I have Byleth. I have 2 Byleths. I have one that I open, and then I have a sealed one, I think.
I'm stoked for Sora. I can't wait till they reveal
Oh
him.
my god, that one's gonna... I think Sora and Pyra and Mythra are gonna be the rarest ones in Wave 2.
Yeah, I think they'll get reprinted though. Just at least Sora will. I feel like they'll reprint Sora because Kingdom Hearts is so popular.
I don't know. I would have thought that Joker would have been reprinted.
I think they will. I think they're just waiting. I think
Yeah.
they have like a rotation of reprints that they do because they want to make sure that collectors, can hold them and be like, ah ha ha, it's valuable, but at the same time, like people can get them.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Man. All right. That was a good collector talk. I
I was
even
about to say,
remember.
sorry, I just sidetracked the entire
Oh
thing.
no, it was good. I mean, I love talking about it. It was good because I just got curious. I mean, I'm the one that walked to my wall to see like what games do I have that I'm never gonna get rid of because
The Nintendo Switch is such like an easy console to collect for because the cases don't take up that much space and there's so many like budget titles on there and GameStop GameStop does do really good Nintendo Switch sales. Like
Yeah.
the buy one get one. Did you take advantage of that?
Yes, I got Bayonetta 3 and Fire Emblem 3 Hopes.
Nice. We got Skyward Sword and we got Xenoblade 3, except Xenoblade 3 is now on back order because I guess GameStop was completely out of stock. So I don't know if I'll ever get my Xenoblade 3.
Oh man. I hope you can. I got my copy of Bayonetta 3 was like display copy at a nearby store. So it was new, but it was the display copy. So like the
Did
cartridge
they
was
like
new.
did they sticker it on it?
Yeah.
GameStop.
I was like, damn. All right. And then I got my friend Ivan, I think I don't know if you've been on an episode with him, but no, I don't know because he was MIA for a while because of work and stuff too. So I actually don't know if you've been on an episode with him, but oh no, yeah. I see it right here. It was actually the last time that you were on. He was on
Oh,
too.
nice. Wasn't that was the big episode, right?
Yeah. The episode 50 with the merch and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was there. I got his birthday was yesterday. I got him Octopath 2 and Fire Emblem 3 Hopes for the buy one get one.
Nice. I forgot Octopath was one. That was another. There's just so many stellar Switch titles, especially.
Yeah.
During that sale.
Switch had a lot of really good ones.
You know what's a shockingly cheap game?
What?
Mario Party DS is like $35 brand new.
None of the Mario games on DS have like climbed at all. Like 64 Kart, Mario Party DS, New Super Mario Bros. Like even Mario, I think there's like Mario 3-on-3 Hoops and like some other just kind of miscellaneous ones, and they're all like under 30 or 40 bucks still.
Yeah.
I mean, I get they sold really well, but like, dang man, is there just no
3DS
maybe
games.
everybody just already has a copy of them.
I got Mario Party DS for really cheap. I have that there. 3DS games are rising.
Oh yeah.
3DS games are the problem.
I scooped up a case for Art Academy, and then I bought a loose cart. I just got Persona Q2.
Nice.
I got Persona Q1. I have a case for it, but I need a cart because the cart that I have, and be wary of this, if you guys buy Persona Q1 or Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, Omega Ruby, certain print runs of it are faulty, as in they will not read in your 3DS at all.
Oh.
Like they made them with poor quality materials and they just straight up do not work.
Oh, that's weird.
So if you buy them secondhand or you're going to like a retro game store, you're going on eBay, make sure when you get them that you test them, because if not, like, and they sit on your shelf and then you don't know like later on, just make sure you test them. Just throwing that out there.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Specifically those games. I think there was a few others, but they're kind of like filler titles. But yeah, I was like, Pokemon? They made Pokemon poorly? Why?
Yeah, that's weird. All right. Well, thank you for the heads up on that.
No problem.
All right. Let's see. Go through here. All right.
Yeah,
So,
Japanese Mario Party is so cheap.
Oh yeah,
Every single one of them. They must have sold like hotcakes or something.
Japanese copies of games are usually pretty cheap.
I think it depends. Like
Region modded GameCubes. It's not too hard of a process to get them region modded. It's also not terribly expensive, but some of the games are completely playable in English. Like Metal Gear Twin Snakes, which is pretty expensive in the US. It's like I think half the price to get a Japanese copy, and it plays in English.
Yeah, and it's like also like Pokemon Gen 1, like complete and sealed, is like way cheaper than you would think for a game that's that legendary and that old. Yeah, it's like yellow's like $120 if you want it sealed brand new.
I think the most expensive game that you can buy complete in box in Japan, in terms of like Pokemon, is either Emerald, which is like surprisingly like $120 to $150, and I think Pokemon Box is the other one, which of course Pokemon Box.
Here it's hard gold, soul silver.
Is that Pikachu expensive?
Hard gold, soul silver are crazy here.
Yeah, I'm I'm glad just in the past month, right? This is like the nuts thing about working in like a retro game store is that like you get to watch the prices in real time just like move up and you're like, "Whoa, like what do you mean?" Emerald went from like 160 to $200 in like a month and a half. Loose, like just a loose, and it doesn't matter if the label's ripped off. Like people are still paying that amount for it. I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's so
Yeah.
bonkers.
It's crazy.
Mm.
Whew. All right. Let's get back
This is
to.
a good. I was about to say this is a good talk about Minecraft Legends.
Yeah, I know, right? Went from Minecraft Legends to fucking Mario Party and Xenoblade and shit. The next thing that came out, also on the same day as well as the last thing that came out as the Pixel remasters, was Forbidden West: Burning Shores. 82 Metacritic, you score 4.0, and I wanted to talk about this because obviously Aloy likes women. So people got mad because Aloy likes a woman.
It's so crazy. The crazy thing to me, right, is like this is not new. Like we've had gay characters in games, but we've especially, I feel like, had a lot of lesbian representation. Like this is not mind-blowing. This is not pearl clutching. This is not like new. Gay people exist, and that's perfectly fine for Aloy to be gay. Like it's the fact that there's like people review bombing it. I'm like, did you guys like what happened with Life is Strange? Y'all ignore that one? Did y'all ignore the first Last of Us? Did y'all ignore like there's Dragon Age and like all the games that let you like choose?
I'm telling you, Tears of the Kingdom is gonna come out. Link is gonna kiss Sidon, and it's gonna cause the internet to implode.
And I'm gonna go home and draw some fit.
Exactly. The internet's gonna absolutely implode as soon as that happens.
That would be hilarious.
No, that'd be crazy. That'd be the twist of the century. But I don't.
When Persona 6 comes out and you can date boys.
They won't do that. They won't do that.
They will. Absolutely will.
You think they'll do that for Persona?
I just want Persona to let me be a boy who dates boys. That's literally all I wanted in 5 was to date you.
That'd be awesome. That'd be great. But I don't think they'll let you.
You've already made the difficult step. Kanji was gay, like entirely, and there's no. I don't think there's any discussion. Kanji in P4 was gay, so you've already taken the hardest step of making a gay character. Like, it's not.
From what I've heard from like friends who played a lot of Atlas games, they said Atlas is they just had like a real weird attitude towards it. They're like they don't want to like fully commit. They like to like, I guess, like tease people. I don't know.
Sorry, right?
No, go ahead.
Didn't Persona 4 have? Didn't the Persona 4 community mod back in Yosuke's romance route? Wasn't that a thing that happened?
No, I think Ryuji was gonna have a romance route, not Yosuke. I don't think Yosuke was gonna have one.
No, he's talking about P4.
Yeah, P4.
Is there a Ryuji in P4?
No. I was saying that I don't remember Yosuke having one that got taken out. I remember people saying that Ryuji had one in 5.
From
I
PC
believe
Gamer.
Ryuji's got big bromance energy.
Yeah, Ryuji was up. Yusuke also. Yusuke. And Akechi too.
Everyone in Persona 5.
You know what? If I was Joker, I'd kiss all 3.
Exactly. I'm telling you, Brandon. Though I'm gonna call you out with Kanji. Kanji and Naoto belong together. There's no way you can do.
Yeah, but as long as I'm the one in control in that game, I know who Naoto's ending up with, and no one can stop me.
So how are you gonna call Kanji gay?
No, I think literally, like, I don't think this such a thing as, like, I don't think they had any intentions for canon pairs, but I also think that Naoto leaned very close to Kanji, and Chie leaned very close to Yosuke, and Rize leaned very fucking close to you.
Oh yeah, that's
also
1000% that happened.
A PC Gamer article in June of 2020 says Persona 4 Golden mod restores cut Yosuke romance.
Oh, okay, I guess Yosuke did have one.
It was a scene based on a cut voice line.
Oh, okay. I guess they did it twice then, because I think Ryuji also had that. So
Yeah.
I guess it's twice. You know, maybe they'll do it. I'm just thinking like
I'm ready for Persona Final Mix. Give
Mm.
me gay.
I'm just thinking like the culture in Japan, like I don't know, like there's still like so much stigma towards that in Japan that I don't know if they'll do it.
Yeah, I think they will. I think, yeah, I don't know. You can't tease it twice, and then it's like, I mean, how many times
Well,
are they
they
gonna
didn't tease
poke
it. They didn't tease it. They
It was
didn't. That's like Sakurai teasing Dixie Kong in Brawl because she was in the files because she was planned to be a character. It's like
No,
it was in the files. It was in the
no,
files,
I
so they
think
didn't tease it.
no, I mean with the way that like Persona 4 and 5 played out with like
I was
support
about
link,
to say, but like, yeah, when you play them, you get the sense that there was like something, that there's something there between those characters. Like it feels really heavy. Like when I first played Persona 5, I fully expected for you to be able to romance the male characters as well.
You
And
should have been able to.
yeah. It like it felt it the entire game felt like it, and I looked it up online. I was like, how do you do like the link or the romance link with like these characters? And it says you can't, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
like
Excuse me.
Persona 5 was the biggest one because it's like not only like like Ryuji have his entire thing and you got like really close with like his family problems and stuff, but it's also like Yusuke took you on a paddle boat in a love
Yeah!
port.
That
And
was
you
funny.
cannot tell me that half like
That's a
Ryuji,
date.
yeah, Ryuji and Yusuke came off as so much more interested in Dateable than the like fortune teller, than
We'll talk about those. We'll talk about
than the fortune teller, than
fuck Chihaya.
Hifumi.
Fuck Chihaya. Fuck Hifumi. Hifumi's so bland. I maxed her out because of the platinum. That's it. And I talked
Wait,
to
which
her
one's
one.
Hifumi?
She
Uh,
plays Shogi
the shogi
in the
player.
church.
Oh, okay. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think
She
I
goes-
got invested with her.
Yeah, she goes to the same school Yusuke does, and
Yeah.
she's only at the church, and
You-
it's
you
Come on,
talked to her once?
they let you romance a doctor and a teacher. Come on now.
Oh my god.
Okay, come on now.
Don't talk to
Just-
Brandon about the teacher. Don't talk to Brandon about the teacher. He's
yeah, it's yeah, Nikon is great. Yeah,
I'm just saying, if they let you romance a teacher, come on now.
yeah.
it was almost like, I mean, that's even like another point. It's like they teased Ryuji and Yusuke and even like Akechi more than like Kawakami even, because Kawakami tries to push you away at every turn to the point where if you keep pressing it, it almost becomes a little creepy from Joker's point of view.
Yeah.
Like she tries so hard.
But
It's just-
she gives in.
in like the 12th hour, it's like it's like literally the last line before it's like you're officially dating her, but you can't turn around. It's still her trying to be like,
It shouldn't have happened.
I'm just saying, you can't put one of the most sexiest voices, Matt Mercer,
Yeah.
to a character and not let me romance. Come on now.
We'll see what they do. I would like them to because they should, but I'm wondering that's a big step for them to take because of how the series already sells, but
it's so bad.
We know we're gonna at least get another like 9 Persona 5 spin-offs before we actually get another Persona game.
What was that recent one? Was that a mobile port? What was that?
Persona 5X that's a mobile game.
See, I didn't even know about that one. I was just thinking about Q2, Strikers,
In dancing.
dancing.
Yeah,
Is that
Yeah,
actually-
there's a mobile game, and then of course Joker's been featured in like everything under the sun.
yeah.
They're gonna put Joker in the next Persona game. He's gonna just be walking around in the background.
I would not be surprised.
I'm hoping I hoping they do something like with some game because in Persona 4 you get to visit Persona 3 city and you might see a character that like mentioned the school from Persona 3. Persona 5 you see posters of Rize around.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that you see something.
Yeah, it's just Rize. Wow, I was trying to think. I thought there was one more thing.
No,
but
it's just Rize.
Just Rize.
Yeah.
And then Strikers had nothing.
But gay people exist. People need to stop being babies about it. And
Yeah. Remember the gay people in Persona 5? Remember those people that was really offensive and uncomfortable to get rid of?
We don't talk. We don't talk about
I'm
that.
just like still like boggled that again the people are upset. I'm like, have you guys like just been living under a rock? Like PlayStation has been doing representation for a hot minute. Like
Yeah.
games have been doing representation for a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever rock that you've been living under, just go ahead and go back. Just go under there. I don't know
Yeah.
what you're playing under there, but just go play. Go back to playing your silly games under there.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Oh, speaking of gay options that should have been dateable, because I'll never get a chance to talk about this again. There's zero reason Sylvain like shouldn't have been dateable in Free Houses. Sylvain was like simping for anything that moved, and like he should have been a gay option for Byleth, and he wasn't. Linhardt was, and that makes sense because it's Linhardt, and it should have been Sylvain.
You're
Anyways.
Sylvain over Claude?
Plot 2, and to some extent Ferdinand. Also.
I would have dated for actually no. I would have stayed with Dorothea, but maybe in a future playthrough I would have gone with Ferdinand.
I mean, I think they all should have had options, but like,
yeah.
I think for the ones that make the most sense in like lore, if you had to pick a select few, yeah, Sylvain, Claude, Ferdinand, yeah, just that.
I-
You can date Alois as male Byleth.
Yeah.
Like your dad's homie. The fuck was that?
I think you can S rank everyone in engaged, but they're not all romance. Like
Yeah.
they don't all have romance implications, but you can S rank everyone.
Mhm.
All right. Fire Emblem is a strategy
Yeah.
game, Brandon.
What? What do you mean?
It's a strategy game.
Yeah.
You know what else is a strategy game?
Advance Wars.
Advance Wars 1 and 2
rebooted.
reboot. Yeah.
I thought you were making some point about not being able to date them because it's a strategy game.
No,
Strategically?
I'm smoothly transitioning into the
yeah.
next release.
As smooth as a speed bump.
Exactly. One Series Boot Camp released April 21st, Metacritic 83, user 7.4. That's probably gonna be a rare game.
This I'm like the Capcom collection. I'm very happy it's out because I feel like Advanced Wars is a series that is kind of got like a cult following. I mean, it's not like the smallest franchise ever, but it's kind of got a cult following. This
Yeah.
gives a perfect intro point for people to play it who maybe have never experienced it. I know I'm picking it up for that reason because I'm like, oh, I had a friend who was really into Fire Emblem and then he got really into Advanced Wars after because it's I think both made by Intelligent Systems. And
Yes.
yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about the series. That it's fun, it's colorful, and from what I've seen, like I like the graphical style. I don't always like the jump from pixel art to 3D, but I think it's charming on this. And it looks like there's like little anime cutscenes that they do, and it's voice acted, which I do like me some voice acting.
Yeah, it looks good. I want to get it. It's probably gonna be a rare game. This series has terrible luck. This series has terrible luck with its release. First one, right, released September 10th, 2001.
Oh. And this one was scheduled to release, I
It
think, last year.
Right before the start of the Ukraine
Yeah.
Russia war.
Wait, did it?
Yes,
actually?
Yes,
It
it
lives up-
did. It did,
It lives
Brandon.
up to its name. The wars
Or
in advance.
September 12th, September 10th or 12th, 2001.
Hold on, I'm trying to find it.
Poor Advanced Wars.
So it's gonna.
Just change its name to like something silly, and then it
Yeah.
can release.
Do you see it, Brandon? Was it 10th or 12th?
Yeah, it's the 10th.
That
Yeah.
reminds me of the super rare Siphon Filter cover art. So Siphon, I forgot when
yeah,
Siphon
yeah.
Filter came out, but there was like a cover art version where the Twin Towers were featured in the back, and they were like, "Oh yeah, nope, we gotta
We gotta
recall this
that.
immediately."
Yeah. Yeah. So Advanced Wars has terrible luck, but I want to get this. I want to get this version of the game. But Brand's cracking up because it came out September 10th, 2001.
Pre-ordering that game and being there in September 10th. It's like, man, I can't wait to play Advance Wars. I'm sure this can't get any worse. You're on such a high. Then you go to bed.
Brandon.
That's so fucking unlucky. It's so unlucky.
I know. Oh man.
that happened to
See,
him twice.
this is why, chat and everybody listening, we have to go buy a copy of Advance Wars to hopefully give this series a fighting chance at just existing.
It just. I know. I mean. I don't even know.
I think the gameplay is similar to a different game I have on Switch, and it was from I forget who made it, but it sucked.
It's
ass.
it's a Fire Emblem people, isn't it? Intelligent Systems made Advance Wars.
Yes.
No, I'm thinking of who made. It's called Wargroove.
Oh, I heard
Oh.
Wargroove. I heard is not great.
Yeah, it was multiplayer, online multiplayer, and I'm sure it's great for people who like Chucklefish. That's why it was Chucklefish.
Chucklefish. I think are they a publisher?
Yeah, but they made Starbound and then they made Wargroove. But they mostly publish.
Yeah,
Like,
I think they made their bank on. I think they published Stardew Valley.
Yeah, and then they returned the publishing rights back to Sunday.
I heard all right things about Wargroove. I didn't hear anything bad about it.
Well, I have it if you ever want to try it.
No, I'm good. That didn't interest me. I heard it was all right. But
I wasn't
Advance
bothered
Wars
with it.
Advance Wars looks really good. So I want to get it for a collector's sake.
100% there. Because if it trends like the other ones, it'll likely be unavailable in the future.
Yeah. Dead Island 2 came out that same day, April 21st. 74 Metacritic, 7.6 user. That tracks. Dead Island.
I feel like it's
It's
never
fine.
been known as like a critically acclaimed series. I think it's not intended to be. It's like a silly zombie game from what I understand. I've heard it delivers on what
Yeah, I heard it's good.
people who like the series were expecting.
Yeah.
Visually it looks really, really good. Like the gore and stuff in it and the zombie models themselves are quite impressive.
I'm tired of seeing this game because this trailer was like on repeat in my GameStop for so long. Sorry, zombie party's over. On repeat.
You wake up in a cold sweat.
Yeah, I wanted to just, yeah, but I don't know. Maybe one day I'll play it, but not for full price. Maybe it'll go on Game Pass one day. We'll see.
I was gonna say don't worry, like by Black Friday it's gonna be one of those like
Oh yeah,
1999 games.
Yeah, that's why I haven't bought the core yet because it's so cheap right now. But also it's probably gonna be even cheaper soon when I will get the chance to actually play it. So I'll get that one eventually. Fuck. Yeah, like we talked about earlier, Nintendo just released a trailer for Xenoblade 3 Future Redeemed, and at the end of the trailer it said, "Yeah, releases in 1 week, April 26th. Good luck." I'm like,
Thanks.
okay. I'll play it.
I'm curious do you think that they will do a physical cart for this one like they did with Torna? Or do you think that was just like a one-off thing?
I'm thinking no, but if they do, I will I will get the physical copy too. But I don't think they will.
I don't know. I don't really know why they did it with Torna to begin with.
I don't either.
That was such a peculiar because they didn't do it with the Octopass expansion or any other like DLC that was kind of early at that time. I don't even Zelda didn't get one either.
Nope.
It was just Torna.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
The only other time I can think of that they put DLC on a cart like that was the freaking ridiculously overpriced Fire Emblem Fates.
Oh yeah,
cart.
Yeah. The Birthright Conquest and whatever.
Fates. I think Fates is that the DLC? Or maybe that's like both of them together.
It's Fates, Birthright, Fates Conquest, and Fates something.
Fates that other one. The last one.
Birthright, Conquest, Revelation.
Persona?
This is Birthright, then Conquest, then Revelation. Yeah. All right. Have you guys? Well, I can say it because even though it was shown, I saw it with Brandon. Brittany, you saw the last direct that happened in February, right?
I think so.
You saw the Xenoblade 3 tease that they had for the DLC.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, Shulk and Rex are here, so this DLC is going to like show what happened to them. The trailer showed Shulk and Rex older. Really cool, really cool. It looks like it's Marissa not here. It looks like the trailer had characters that resembled Shulk and Rex closely, or Shulk at least. It didn't resemble Rex, but it resembled someone that Rex may or may not have had a baby with. So Shulk, there's a boy that looks a lot like Shulk. A lot of people think that is Shulk's son. That may or may not be confirmed now. I haven't played it. And then there was a girl.
I can find out. Hold on.
No, don't tell me. And then there was a girl that looked a lot like Pyra. There's a girl that looked a lot like Pyra. And a girl that also looked a lot like Mio and Nia. So there's a lot of like stuff that is does, and then it was just really cool. And I guess I don't even know if this is a spoiler. So this came up on Twitter. So you know how you can I don't know. Oh, you don't know, Brittany, because you haven't played Xenoblade 3. And
No. I haven't actually played any Xenoblades. I've only watched.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, so you're good.
In the character select, you can hear voice lines.
Mhm.
Shulk has a voice line that made me very sad because I just saw it come up on Twitter. I guess I wouldn't even say it's a spoiler warning, but I'm gonna just say spoiler warning for anyone listening. Just skip 10 seconds. Starting in 3, 2, 1. So his voice line has him saying, "I'm not really feeling."
Wait, Marissa's behind you.
She heard it. She heard it.
Okay.
She has, because she heard me when I said it. All right, skip 5 more seconds. It has him saying, "I'm not really feeling it."
Oh.
No.
No.
Yeah, he says
Feeling it.
yeah, he says that. I'm like, and I'm looking. I was like, is that it? It was like so out of context because it was like, because they have the classes for each character, and it was just like some guy that clicked hear voice line, and that's what he said. And I'm like,
We're gonna see a Watch
like,
Mojo
what?
list in like 10 days. And it's like saddest lines from the games. It's like
So,
I'm
like-
not really feeling it.
I'm like, oh my god, man. So I wonder if that's gonna actually be in it, but if not, then I mean, I don't ever click on hear voice lines, but I guess I will now. And this one was in the trailer, so I will say it because this one was in the trailer. When Rex appears in the trailer, it's so funny because he says he's like protecting the kid that looks like Shulk, I think. He's protecting the kid, and he's like, "I like your aptitude, kiddo," and then it has him like show off his sword, and he says, "I'll show them a thing or three." And I'm like, he said it, because that's what he would like. That's one of his catchphrases when he would start a fight in Xenoblade 2, and that was in the trailer, so I was good to say that. But I'm really excited to play this. I know this DLC is gonna emotionally ruin me whenever I get the chance to play it, and that's out. Okay. Let's see what else is right here. Oh, the newest one, Jedi Survivor. We talked about that for a bit. Metacritic of 86. It's probably gonna get a poor user score because of all the stuff that's with the performance on PC. It's probably gonna get a poor user score on every platform.
I think it'll like go up though over time as people pick it up though.
Yeah, I mean, I think once Metacritic wipes out all the fake Burning Shores reviews, that one will also probably go up. A lot of AAA releases that come out just get review bombed for one reason or another.
Yeah, it's just
Resident Evil
thing
4
we
got
gotta
review
deal with.
bombed.
It's like we gotta take reviews with a grain of salt on Metacritic.
Yeah, at least they used to now. Because it used to be where like you trust the user score,
More so than you trust the
the review
critic
score.
score.
Yeah, and now it's like you can't fully trust the critic score, so you have to like now you have to actually like analyze the scores and like look at them like, okay, so this is why they're saying it. What are users saying? Oh, they're obviously review bombing it, so I guess it's probably around the critic score. Like, I don't know. I have a few people like I watch to know like that my tastes align to, that I'm like, okay, if they liked it, I'm probably gonna like it. Probably to varying degrees, I might like it more than them, but if they at least thought it was solid, I'm probably gonna enjoy it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So that's the last one. I'm gonna play this. You said your dad's gonna play Jedi Survivor.
Yeah, I still need to play Fallen Order.
Yeah.
But no, it looks really good. One of my friends has been like Snapchatting me. He customized his droid and he's done some other stuff.
Oh, cool. And
So
Brandon, you eventually played Fallen Order.
Yeah, I finished Fallen Order. I've actually had Uber Nova's stream on Peace playing it,
Oh,
and I've been glancing. It looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
Visually looks great.
yeah,
and it
both
looks like a lot of fun.
the first one was beautiful. I imagine this one will also be pretty stunning in the visual department.
mm-hmm. Looks like they're
Mhm.
upgrading a lot in the visual department too. So it's a big game. It's 145 gigs on the PS5. So I was like, that's the biggest.
That's what I forgot. I need to get a hard drive upgrade because I was like, I couldn't even transfer. I forgot that I had a 2 terabyte PS4 Pro. So when I went to system transfer, it was like, you thought.
Yeah, I have an external. I put all my PS4 games in an external drive, and I
I
put.
think I've got the Last of Us external drive. I should
Oh.
just use that.
Yeah, just use that. I
I
need to
need
get a
C-
new.
No.
I need to get a new SSD. That's what I need to get.
I want it. You can buy the SSDs for PS5. Best Buy had like a really killer sale on them. I think they were like $100 for a terabyte or 2 terabyte.
Yeah, GameStop had one for 2 terabytes, but I think we only had one. I think it was already sold.
Yeah, they sell quickly. I was like, dang, I should have snapped one when it was on sale. But hopefully, as the console's life progresses, they'll make more and they'll go on sale more.
Yeah. All right. So that's just those are all the recent game releases. We can go on to. We have two big topics. We have Microsoft first, and then we have Tears of the Kingdom. Let's do Microsoft first, because there's two things with them. The first one, Activision Blizzard deal was blocked by the CMA the day after it was speculated that they were getting ready to close the deal. Microsoft is appealing. The CMA's defense was not Sony. It was that Microsoft would have a even bigger lead in the cloud streaming space. That was their argument.
Which
behind it.
I can see it because it's not just like not only in cloud gaming but just cloud computing and stuff in general. They own like Office 360 and all that stuff that's so widely used.
Yeah. No, but
yeah.
The thing that doesn't make sense about that argument is that a lot of the other major streaming services that are out, not Stadia anymore, Stadia shut down. That's probably the biggest reason why it closed, because Stadia failing made them get such a bigger lead. Like in Nvidia GeForce, they signed a deal with them to get Call of Duty on Nvidia GeForce for the next 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Which was the CMA's biggest issue, was Call of Duty. Call of Duty was the CMA's biggest issue.
My thing is though, like what would happen after those 10 years, right? Because if they're only signing the contract for 10 years and they're looking at this for a long-term business thing, they could totally just wipe Call of Duty off the rest of the platforms if they wanted.
They can. That will, and there's a few different ways I think about it. For one, it gives Sony 10 years to try to build a competitor to Call of Duty. because they have 10 years to prepare in the case that they don't renew it. 2, who's to say Call of Duty will be as successful in 10 years? And 3, if it remains as successful as it has been in the last 10 years, the budgets for Call of Duty every year are fucking crazy. They cannot sustain releasing a yearly Call of Duty on just Xbox. That's not like that's impossible. They wouldn't be able to.
Call of Duty PC and Xbox, because I mean, right now it's kind of up in the air whether consoles will kind of like, I feel like, be a thing in 10 years. Just because, like, I mean, Sony's already jumped to moving their, like, they have their streaming services and you can stream your games to PC and play them on PC. They've already started porting their stuff. The only one that's really holding down the fort in the console department is Nintendo.
Yep.
And Nintendo probably can survive in the console market by themselves because they have the sustainability. Sony doesn't have the sustainability because, again, their games are really expensive to produce. What do you think of when you think of Sony exclusives? You know, you're not thinking of anything really indie title. You're thinking of AAA studios. What do you think of when you think of Nintendo exclusives? Well, you think of a variety of things. There's, you know, expensive stuff like Tears of the Kingdom, but there's also stuff like Advance Wars, which, like, I'm not saying is, like, because it's lower budget, it's worse quality or anything like that at all. It's just, like, that doesn't cost as much to produce, or like something like a Skyward Sword HD remake that's not costing them an arm and a leg to produce. It still costs money, but it's those things that are kind of intermittent between the very big releases like Xenoblade 3 or Bayonetta 3 or those that can sustain Nintendo, whereas like Sony wouldn't be able to I don't know if they'd be able to sustain just yeah, I don't know. I don't know how console gaming is going to look in 10 years. I'd like for it to stick around.
Mm-hmm.
I like physical gaming. I like having a separate unit to play games on versus my PC. But I just don't know if it'll be around, and if Call of Duty is exclusive to, like, they'll essentially like have a Call of Duty monopoly, and it might snuff out Sony's streaming service, or at least make it harder for them to compete.
Yeah. But now, I mean, also, like, with it would be on Game Pass.
Yeah, and then Game Pass would just eat up Sony's or like whatever other streaming. I mean, like, who cares about like EA Play and like Ubisoft, whatever stuff? But like, I think it's good to have. I don't know. I'm from the perspective. I think it's good to have competition in the market. I don't want this merger to go through because I think it's gonna make both companies worse. Microsoft is notorious for like buying a bunch of studios and then just kind of having them. They don't really do anything. They just kind of sit there. There's nothing that's like been super defining on Xbox that any of the studios have really made post being bought. And I mean the same, like Sony acquires studios too, but I feel like it's after a really long working relationship, and that usually what they do is they pay for timed exclusivity and then it goes to other platforms. That's what they've been doing lately, and I think that's fine and fair competitively. I think Microsoft would be, you know, within their, it'd still be within a fair and competitive market for them to just pay for some limited exclusivity for a timed period or for timed DLC, and then they can move it onto other platforms. But I think to buy up something as big as Activision, like maybe not Blizzard, right? But Activision, like the Call of Duty publisher, the publisher of licensed games, like they're just like, they're huge, you know, and combined they're really, really huge.
Yeah.
I think it's just like it's too big of a purchase. It's like if one of the companies wanted to buy EA. Like they're both just kind of huge studios with a lot of power behind them. But also I think it incentivizes Activision and Blizzard to be more like what they have been. They're going to be more microtransaction-y. They're going to be more, I don't want to say lazy, because I know like developers work really, really hard, but if you've got like Microsoft backing your entire studio, then it's like, where's the incentive for them to really innovate and put passion into their projects?
It's really interesting that you have the side of it, because I don't know where Brand is on it, but I'm on the side. I want the acquisition to go through, because I don't think in their business sense, I don't think it makes sense for Call of Duty to be exclusive because yeah, they can get a lot of Game Pass subscribers, but what's that ceiling? What's that Game Pass ceiling? You're getting $15 a month from a lot of people, but that number has stagnated. And even when they get Call of Duty, like that budget for just Call of Duty, how many devs they need to get Call of Duty every year, it's so high that the only reason why Activision makes that money back is because they go multi-platform and they have microtransactions on top of it. If they got rid of the microtransactions or if they got rid of being on multiple platforms, they would not be able to make that money back because it just takes so much manpower. They had to get and I hate it. I hate it. They had to get Toys for Bob. they had to like absorb the people that made the Crash 4. They had to absorb people that made Spyro, that absorbed the people that made the Tony Hawk Pro Skater remakes. That absorbed them into Activision Blizzard to be able to actually get Call of Duty out. And
that sucks. And I feel like that's the thing is like if Microsoft buys them, right, they're not gonna be they don't care about the small numbers that some of these like smaller projects do. They're gonna be 100% focused on. They're already proving that that's what they're focused on, right? Is Call of Duty. That's their poster child. When you say Activision, what's the next line? Call of Duty.
No, I think
so it just the other worry for me is that like the Blizzard games, or at least some of the smaller Blizzard games, are gonna get possibly ignored, or they're gonna pivot in a way to be more Call of Duty like. In a way where it's more microtransactions, it's more emphasis on esports, it's more emphasis on Blizzard. Blizzard has always had a very nice balance between here's some stuff for casual people to get together with their friends and play. And then if you're hyper dedicated, here's some stuff that you can do if you're hyper dedicated to that. And I feel like they're going to lean full hard into that. And that means possibly like we might not get another Crash and Spyro, or we may have to wait a really long time for it because like they're just going to want to put out more Call of Duty because it seems to be on the forefront of their mind. But also, I just still stand by. I don't think they should be bought because I think I don't like the studios buying up all of the smaller studios, and I especially don't like big companies buying up other big companies. I just feel like it makes for a worse like game environment,
Yeah.
I feel like when there's competition between the studios, we get a lot of really great innovation and we get a lot of really great things from the companies because they're like, oh shoot, I really got to pony up and make something creative that appeals to not just like one specific player, like not just Call of Duty players, but we've got to make Spyro and Crash. We got to capture that like kid demographic / like nostalgic demographic, or let's make a new Tony Hawk that hasn't been done in a while. Let's make one of those. And like in Blizzard's sense, it's like, okay, well, what have we not made anymore? We haven't made a new Diablo in a while. Let's make a new Diablo, or let's make it. Instead, it's like, okay, like how are we just gonna get annual Call of Duty, and then maybe like every 5 years or something we'll get one of these, or if they do come out, are they gonna be half-assed? Are they not gonna be? Because like Crash and Spyro are real polished.
Yeah, no, I honestly, and this is all speculative because we obviously don't know what would happen if they got merged. I don't think anything would change in terms of it. I think they would just keep doing their thing because that's just what works for them. I don't think anything would change with Spyro. Now, we have Phil's word, and whatever his word is worth, he did say that he's interested. He specifically named Guitar Hero, Crash, and Tony Hawk. When they were first talking about it, he specifically named those three that he's like interested in. Now, I think Microsoft as a company wants not actually Call of Duty. The Call of Duty is nice. I think they want Candy Crush. I think because it's Kings 2. I think Candy Crush is what they want because Candy Crush.
They just buy that by itself. They can have that actually. You know
I don't think
I'll give it to them because Kings. I'll go sign off.
Because Kings is a part of Activision Blizzard, so I think that's what they primarily want. And I think Call of Duty is the big bonus, and the other IP is for the Xbox department to like, be good with. And I think, and there's like a lot of opportunity now. They can utilize the IPs well Will they? That's like that's like where
But that's
we
that's
don't
the thing
know.
is like when has Microsoft utilized IPs well? Like in general.
Oh, we see that they're making a lot of games. They just haven't come out in a long time. The whole entire Xbox One generation was a flop. The start of the Series X isn't so hot, but I mean,
Like
they have a lot
the
that they're
360 era,
going.
they tried some stuff. Like they
Yeah.
Gears of War was fairly decent from what I understand.
Mhm.
And then you had Halo. I can't for the life of me think of anything else that was like exclusive to just 360 that really just sold me on it. The big seller of the 360 was that basically anything that was on PS3 ran better on 360, and even
Yeah.
at the time, the 360 ran most stuff better than a gaming computer.
Yeah. So well,
But I feel like Microsoft or like Xbox just kind of lacks a sense of identity, and
oh,
I'm scared that if they buy up these games are gonna just fall into that. They're gonna pump them out, lack identity, and it's gonna be like, cool, okay, well now we just lost the Crash and Spyro franchise and some other franchises, and they're just gonna be part of like the whatever.
and the reason why I don't think anything will change is because the most recent big company that they bought was Bethesda, and nothing's changed with them.
They haven't
Not
produced
not
anything good.
no, but that's what. But everything they produce has been what they have planned to produce. They've been working on Elder Scrolls 6 for the past 50 years. Starfield has been in
I
the
forgot
works
that was coming out.
for the past 4 years as well. I guess Redfall is coming out. That has its own issues, but that's also from pretty good. It's just been. I think that's just should be delayed, but that's a different topic. Oh, well, not a different topic. Well, yeah, different topic. We'll get to it. That's the next thing we're
I
gonna
don't
talk
know.
about.
Bethesda believes. I guess they do believe in delays because Starfall has been delayed like.
I think that's a
46
Microsoft
billion.
decision. I think if Bethesda was
Phil
itself,
Spencer personally called Bethesda and he's like, "If you guys release that,
I think so. I think if Bethesda was by itself, I do think something's changed. I think if Bethesda was still its own entity, Starfield would have released, and it probably would have been a broken release at first.
I will say
Um,
I do trust Phil Spencer far more than I trust what's his face, Bobby Kotick.
yes.
Yeah,
Uh,
that
uh,
dude's a troll that lives under the bridge.
I really like Phil Spencer, and I hope I'm not saying this and then like allegations come out tomorrow. But like I do like Phil Spencer.
As of April 4th, or sorry, April 28th, 2023. Phil Spencer he seems like a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, so he's pretty good. So that's why I said for whatever's word is worth. He specifically had named 3 IP that I would love new games on. Now we have seen Microsoft and he took over during the Xbox One, so he's been trying to rebuild them for a while now. And that takes a long process, as we've already seen. So it's hard to see. Now I think Sony obviously does some scummy stuff. Now I think that their stuff with getting exclusivity is good to an extent. I think the Final Fantasy exclusivity is a bit much.
That's much. I mean, seven. You can make the soft argument, like, right? It came out on PS1. Maybe they were just trying to like, I don't know, be nostalgic or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I think that was time exclusive. But doing like a brand new Final Fantasy, like brand new Final Fantasies have been releasing multi-platform since.
They're getting a little touchy with Square Enix. They're getting a little.
If this passes, I guarantee Sony will make an offer on Square Enix.
They probably have. They probably have. I don't know.
Which, if they can steer Square Enix away from NFTs, then all right, Sony, you could. I'll give you Square Enix.
Yeah,
I'll give them to you.
Now the reason why
I actually own these game companies. I you know what? Microsoft, you can have Candy Crush.
You can have Candy Crush. The reason why I don't want Square Enix to get bought is because Sony also has a history of doing certain things with Japanese based companies, and
I don't want them to own them. I mean, they shut down Japan Studios,
Yeah.
and that pissed me off.
I guarantee.
Not saying they would shut down Square Enix, but
No, they wouldn't shut down Square Enix, but they would never allow Team Asobi to make a new game. That we would never get another Octopath Triangle Strategy. Live Alive, we would never get
I was
another
about
one
to
of
say,
those.
I like Live Alive, but also like those do really so well on Nintendo. I don't know. I
Yeah.
feel like Nintendo did Live Alive is Switch exclusive, right? And so is Octopath.
It Octopath 1, they had time exclusivity
Oh, okay.
for 1 year. Octopath 2 launched on both PS4, PS4, 5, and Switch.
I think it'd be smart for Square to keep doing what they're doing and
Oh,
just
yeah.
like
They're
partnering with
making-
companies and just be like, all right, if you want like timed exclusivity, pay up for it. They can pay that premium for it, and then afterward, just have it go multi-plat, so they get that second boost of revenue.
Yeah. And Microsoft is appealing this block. I think it's gonna work. I think it's just gonna take a lot longer. Brandon, you haven't said anything about it because me and Brandon have been talking about this for a while. What do you think? What are your thoughts on this whole thing?
Blizzard and Activision?
About the whole like deal getting blocked or like anything that you want to like input, because we've been talking like nonstop and we haven't even
Just
given you breathing room
anything.
to talk.
Anything. I'm up for anything that maybe helps Overwatch not be shitty and specifically helps Overwatch League. I don't think Microsoft. I think if Microsoft got their hands on Overwatch League, they would shut it down because they would see that like, holy shit, you're in the negative by like $14 million. I think they would probably shut that shit down, or maybe they would fund it. Who knows? Overwatch League needs a lot of help, and there's no deal in place for distribution in China still. That's a problem.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I get, yeah, anything that helps Overwatch League is like mostly what I'm rooting for.
So if Xbox and Microsoft buy Activision, you do legally have to play Overwatch with an Xbox controller. I'm sorry, I don't
Yeah.
make the rules.
That
That's what
sounds
Phil
ridiculous.
Spencer just tweeted that just now.
I'm ready for the acquisition to go through, and the moment it goes through, we get a Master Chief skin and a fucking Banjo Kazooie skin or something. I'm just as soon as it goes
I
through.
hope that it's not as cursed as some of the One Punch skins.
I already know things are gonna go down with crossovers.
I keep joking. I'm like, if we get JoJo skins in Overwatch, I don't even play like regularly at all, but I will like go blow some money.
Yeah.
Give me some JoJo skins.
You know, on the bright side, if it does go through, I'm just glad Mixer's not around anymore because they would force everything to be streamed on
ew.
Mixer.
Overwatch League, but only on Mixer.
Yeah.
That would kill it worse than YouTube is killing it. I mean,
Alright.
I think it had a bunch of people watching today's stream though. It's
Yeah.
just so bad for it. There's just no reason. Unless something behind the scenes has happened where they signed another deal with YouTube and they're paying them
Is it on? Overwatch League is on YouTube.
only on YouTube Gaming on its live streaming. They have to stream on, but they don't have to. So they ran the first 2 years on Twitch and everyone loved
Yeah,
it
because
on
that's what I
Twitch.
watched. Yeah, I watched
Yeah.
the first 2 years a lot because it was on Twitch.
The first 2 or 3 years, like I'm pretty sure season 1, 2, and 3 were on Twitch. It might have been just 1 and 2, and then they signed a deal to only stream on YouTube. YouTube, I paid them more. That was YouTube's like era of paying people, like how they paid like Ludwig and stuff.
Like that's
Um,
when I watched was when what's his face was playing. I think Saobi was playing for Excelsior, and I bought this because I was like, "Yo, he's the best Tracer player I've ever seen in my life."
Yeah, that dude he was crazy. Yeah, so season 1 and 2 were on YouTube. No, sorry, on Twitch, and then seasons 3, 4, and 5 were all on YouTube because they paid them. And then the deal expired. That was genuinely reported, and like it was right. The deal did expire, and because they run 2 leagues at the same time, they run Overwatch League, and then there's the Call of Duty League that's very similar.
Mhm.
And Call of Duty went to Twitch this year. Conveniently, as that deal expired, they went straight over to Twitch, and the B series of like Overwatch Pro Scene is called Contenders. It's the step below Overwatch League. That also streamed on Twitch. They run a tournament called Calling Our Heroes, which is for underrepresented groups to play in, and that was run on Twitch.
No, you're not gonna tell me that the league is run on YouTube though. Still,
Yeah, it is all of it, and only YouTube, and all of it's only through YouTube. Um, and they didn't say anything like they had a pro-am which was like preseason. The preseason, no one knew for 100% certainty if it was going to be just Twitch or just YouTube or best case scenario both. Um, till the day before. Actually, until about 12 hours before it started, when people realized that all the links linked only to YouTube and they only had YouTube icons and then it didn't stream on Twitch. And it's I don't know if they've signed another deal and made money off of just streaming on YouTube, but if they haven't, they are making the biggest mistake ever. It is one of the worst decisions that
it's
you
just
probably
so
could make for
weird.
this. Like it is zero reason. Yeah, it's
Like
zero.
I've really tried. I've tried to watch YouTube live streams, but it's just like
Not good.
I don't know. It's like a cesspool. Like
Yeah.
the comments, I mean, there's hate comments and stuff on Twitch too, but man, it just gets so like it gets hateful fast. It gets hateful fast on YouTube.
Yeah, it would it's just really bad because also the league is like currently in shambles because no one knows how the East if the East division no one knew if that was going to exist this year with it getting shut down in China and there was only one Korean team and the rest were Chinese teams. So no one knew if the East was going to show up. No East team wanted to buy into it or buy rosters because they didn't know if they were going to exist. NetEase, which is the people they had a deal with to distribute Overwatch in China, owns one of those teams, conveniently. So that was a little awkward for them when they asked them to field a roster after the deal ran out and they just never renegotiated. Um, and actually, one of the teams in the East called the Chengdu Hunters just doesn't exist anymore. They made an announcement when they released the schedule, like at the final moment, they made an announcement saying that they will not be a part of the schedule. They do not have a roster. They haven't tweeted. All the social media has been blank since January 23rd. And there was a rumor that came out that no one actually works for them anymore, that the
Wow.
company is empty.
So they
And that
just like completely dissolved it.
yeah, and no one knows for sure if there's even people employed. Because the people who own the team, I think the company that owns the Chengdu Hunters, I think are in such a shitty position. I think the stock is like down in the last 12 or 24 months, like 200% or something. It like just something completely absurd. Um, in a terrible position. And I don't even think if it's been confirmed that anyone's working for the Chengdu Hunters right now. And on top of that, the LA Gladiators have actively, the people that own the LA Gladiators have sold everything and fired everyone except the people running the Overwatch stuff and the Call of Duty stuff. And they have said in a statement that if no one buys them, they will not be in the league next year because they're only running them this year.
Wow.
Whatever fixes those problems, I'm all for.
There's a lot of problems to fix.
You heard it here first, Microsoft.
Yeah.
By the LA Gladiators.
Oh yeah, and half the teams are suing the league.
Hey, Brand.
Mhm.
Give up. That's it. Give up. That's all.
Genuinely, this community, the competitive scene would be in a better position if OWL never existed
Give up.
because it has
You know,
bottlenecks.
that's I was about to say
person.
that's not a bad point at all, because like you had this super stellar first 2 years, and then after that it's just been like a really, really, really hot mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was so like the pro scene was so hyped up in Korea. It was naturally like grassroots ran like organically, like esports like Cloud9 and Team Liquid and Fnatic and all these other Korean ones came up and made teams, and then OWL happened and pretty much had bottlenecked the system. Like it's so hard to be a pro player now. They don't make a lot of money. They have, I think the league minimum is like 100K or something though.
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
Okay. Well, we'll see if buying them fixes anything.
No, Microsoft will probably just shut them down. They care so much about like making a ton of money that like once they see how in the red Overwatch League is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
They're gonna
Butterfinger, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say they're gonna shut down Blizzard entirely and announce Activision 2 Turbo so they can release 2 Call of Duties a year.
To Call of Duty, that'd be disgusting.
They're gonna separate zombies into its own game, release separately for $60.
No. God. Yeah, Microsoft's just a mess, but I think the deal will go eventually. It's just gonna take a lot longer. Um, we mentioned it earlier, but I only lightly touched on it. Redfall is launching 30 FPS on console.
This feels like a repeat. This is so weird because it feels like a repeat of the PS3 360 era where it was so everything was so focused on being so graphically intensive and looking so good that they dropped frame rates down. I think the average frame rate for most of those games was like 30 FPS, and people were like annoyed with it. And then PS4 comes out, and then most games were like focused on performance and running at 60 FPS. And it feels like almost we're stepping backwards because I think there's been a few games that have released right with 30 FPS, or you have to choose between like
Every game has come with the fidelity and perform. Most games have come with fidelity performance. That's fine because I just stick with performance.
Mhm.
But performance mode isn't launching with Redfall. It's just like, and the back of the Redfall box says 60 FPS, and they have like a sticker at the top saying is not 60 FPS not available at launch.
We'll
That's a
work
big
on it.
yikes.
Because
just delay it for the love of Pete. Just delay.
I think Microsoft shot themselves in the foot last year at E3 last year. Their presentation, they said every game here is releasing in the next 12 months, and they shot themselves in the foot because they already delayed Forza, they already delayed Starfield.
When was this presentation?
E3 last year, E3 time,
E3 was like what? Was that June?
June.
They still have a couple months.
They had, yeah.
I mean, they do the tail end of 12 months. I'd still be excited if like. I mean, I'm not gonna buy Redfall. I'll be real here, but
I'm gonna play it on Game
like,
Pass.
if I was like big hyped for Redfall, I'd be like, 12 months, sweet. It's still within 12 months.
I want to play it with Brandon and Marissa and Lou, but I mean, I'm gonna play it on Game Pass. But now I'm like, I don't really want to check it out at launch because it's only gonna be 30 FPS, and for that type of game, I want it to be 60 FPS, and it's like, why? Like, I get it. They overcommitted. They shot themselves in the foot. They already delayed Forza. They already delayed Starfield. They probably didn't want to delay the third first party game out of that 1 year thing. But it's like, the box says 60 FPS. the box you're releasing the disc on.
What if you get it and there's like a sticker on it?
The company just confuses me. It just confuses me. They released Hi-Fi Rush, which is probably my favorite game of the year so far.
And that's the crazy thing, right? Is I've heard so many good things about Hi-Fi Rush.
It's so good.
I've seen no promotion from Microsoft themselves on it. Or at least like it hasn't flooded my feed in the way that I thought it would. It's been all like guerrilla organic people talking about it. But I'm like, Microsoft, people know that you produce gritty shooters and Bethesda games. People already know. In fact, I think a lot of like people like don't care. Like they know that stuff's already coming out. But like if you would have promoted something like Hi-Fi Rush where it brings in an audience that is like, "Oh, I didn't know Microsoft could do like something different." That's cool.
Nah, it's such a good game.
Cuz like they did that with Sunset Overdrive by itself almost made me buy an Xbox One because I was like, this is so different from what they normally do. It's not a gritty like shooter. It's not trying to be like, and I guess it's like the Xbox whole like brand identity, right? Is like, oh, we're the gritty shooter guys. That's us. Hi.
Yeah.
But like, like just do something fun. Do something unique. Do something different. Do something vibrant. Do something colorful. And if you need to delay your games to make them more polished, just
do it.
Freaking do it for the love of Pete. Just
They're already doing it with Starfield. Just do it with Redfall. But oh well.
At least like Redfall is closer to being done too.
Yeah. But yeah, highly, if you can on your PC,
Hi-Fi Rush.
Do it. Get Game Pass PC for a month. It's a relatively short game, 10 to 12 hours, maybe even shorter, depending how fast. I took 10 to 12 hours. But it is not a long game.
Oh, it's on Steam too.
Yeah, it's also on Steam. I just said Game Pass because it's probably cheaper. If you want to own it, Yeah.
I was just saying, I don't have Game Pass because I don't have a Xbox, and my PC needs an upgrade. It's
Oh,
poor,
okay.
poor guy.
Oh, okay.
But
That,
no,
that
when yeah, no, it looks good. Like I've watched videos of it, and like, oh man, the cartoony like cell shaded style just looks incredible.
it's gorgeous. So good. But yeah. That's the Redfall talk. Let's go with our final topic before ending off the show. And it's the Tears of the Kingdom previews. Ending on a good note. Ending on a good note. I don't know if you guys got to see any of the previews, but if not, I'll fill you guys in on what was shown. But did either of you get to see any of the previews?
No.
No,
I didn't get-
I haven't seen them yet.
So Nintendo invited press to Europe, New York, and I think one other place to play for a 2 hour session to play around 70 minutes, 70 or 80 minutes of Tears of the Kingdom. And it was a very controlled environment. They got to see what they wanted to see, but they didn't get to really explore. Now they're not allowed to talk about any story stuff that they saw, if any. Some people didn't see any story stuff. Some people saw a few, but they're not allowed to talk about it. IGN, one of IGN's channels got eviscerated by Nintendo because they broke embargo. They talked about stuff. So IGN got eviscerated for a little bit. But there are some details that happened. They got to play in the sky and they got to play on the ground. A lot of them are saying that it's huge. It's big. There's a lot of creativity to do. Bomb flowers are back for the Zelda series, so no more rune bombs. You have like bomb flowers. Someone that I watched attached a bomb to their spear, hit someone, and blew themselves up.
Beautiful.
Themselves up. The stasis to rewind time. They went into a camp, and the bokoblin shot a spiky ball into the bridge, and he rewinded the ball to go back to them. So that was really cool. You could fuse meat with arrows and use that as bait to trick enemies. So you could fuse the meat, shoot it, and it drops the meat on the floor next to the enemy, and they get
It
into
it
it.
sounds like it kind of reminds me of like, this is like a weird comparison, but this is like the best comparison I've got to like a perfect sequel, right? Is like Kingdom Hearts 2, right? Is in my opinion like the perfect sequel because I love Kingdom Hearts 2. I think it like polishes everything up on
Mhm.
it builds upon the first game in such a way to where it's like super polished. But that's what Tears of the Kingdom sounds like it's shaping up to be. It's just like
Yeah.
it's building on what everybody liked about the first game. It seemed like they learned a lot from like the people who messed around in Breath of the Wild, essentially, like just being as creative as possible. And they're like, here, we're gonna make this even more like accessible to like the standard player, but also like, can you even imagine what people are going to do to this game?
Oh,
Like
people
when
are
they
gonna
get their
go
mitts on it.
crazy. Yeah.
We're going to see like top 10 things you didn't know about Tears of the Kingdom articles for the rest of our lives.
Yes. We're gonna be seeing a lot of crazy stuff. Dungeons are not confirmed, but there were a few people that got to an area they weren't supposed to go, and they found like a big structure, and the Nintendo representative that was watching them told them not to go inside. Like they're not allowed to go in there. Don't, like, please don't go. And they got
So
footage.
did they like stand by them and they were like,
Yeah, they were watching their gameplay the whole time to like make sure that they wouldn't like go or anywhere that they didn't want them to go.
that's awesome.
There was footage of just random footage, regular footage of someone near that area, not looking at it because they weren't allowed to look at it for the footage, but near that area, and it shows like a really like menacing tower in the map icon. Like it would look like an entrance to like a big tower, like a dungeon. So a lot of people still think traditional dungeons are back, and obviously we don't know for sure, but That's another thing that people are speculating.
It'd be kind of incredible if somebody was such a rebel that they just went into the dungeon, but like had Link facing forward and they just backed into it.
They just backed into it.
They're like, I'm not looking at it.
I'm not looking. I'm not looking. I'm not looking. Hey, fun. Yeah, that's basically all I can think of from what I saw. Great impressions. Just everyone that played it loved it. I didn't hear a single bad thing about it from anyone that I saw online or any videos that I saw.
The only thing that like I'm not gonna say concerned about because I don't think it'll have the issues, but like Breath of the Wild sometimes does drop frames, and I'm wondering like with how much this game like pushes further if it'll have frame rate drops. I don't think they'll be like Violet Scarlet type frame rate drops where it's like
no.
super noticeable because Zelda's so polished, but it's definitely I think gonna be like the game that pushes the Switch to its limit.
I heard that there are some drops, but that it's either played similar or better than Breath of the Wild, and part of that is due to it actually being a Switch game rather than a Wii U made into a Switch game.
That's a good point too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the other one had to be ported to Wii U.
I think it'll be pretty comparable to Breath of the Wild, but everyone said it looks sharper. It looks better. Like you can you can't tell like super well because of the compression on YouTube because it looks super similar to Breath of the Wild, and obviously it does look super similar, but it looks sharper. It looks cleaner. So
Yep. You know what else looks pretty good?
What?
The amiibo.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. Good for it. I don't have that pre-ordered. Are you gonna get the amiibo?
I think so. I think I pre-ordered it along with the controller.
Okay, cool.
But I don't remember which store. It was one of those days where they were like, "This is in stock now," and I'm like, "Crap."
Oh, okay. Well, Brandon, what do you think about the amiibo? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen the amiibo. Wait, what amiibo?
Tears of the Kingdom.
Link has a green hand.
Oh, the Link amiibo.
Yeah, he's like he's like this.
Yeah. No.
Green hand.
I've seen it. Box looks cool. I like the box. Big fan of the box.
Yeah, it looks really really good.
It's nice to finally see a Zelda Switch too. I mean,
yes.
I think it's perfect timing too because I think this is right around the time where a lot of people already have a Switch and
Yeah.
like they're like trying to push those hardware sales probably before they announce their successor, and the perfect last ditch push is doing a Zelda console because people love Zelda consoles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're 100% right. Oh, Brand, did you want to say anything about that I mentioned about the previews?
No.
They also mentioned, they also showed that you can get, there's like a gacha mechanic.
Oh no.
There's a gacha mechanic, but it looks really well done. And it looks like on some of the Sky Islands, you'll have like a gumball type machine that drops capsules when you put in Zonai charges into it that you get in the game. And it'll give you capsules of Zonai materials for you to make your creations. It'll give you them in capsule form so you can keep them in your inventory and take them around you so that you don't have to just use the things that are around you. You can also pop like a tire, or you could pop a cooking pot. You don't have to find a campsite. You can just pop down a cooking pot and make something. And it looked really cool. It looked really good. It's like a time use thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, so
we've gone full circle. We went from Genshin is a clone of Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom is now a clone of Genshin.
Yeah. It's cool. They're doing a lot of really cool stuff with it.
Except at least Tears of the Kingdom, you pay $70 once and boom.
Yeah. We're not gonna gacha characters. We're gonna gacha items, little capsules. Are you gonna get the game, Brand?
Some point.
At some point?
Yeah, at some point. I don't know
Okay.
when.
All right. And Brittany, you looking forward to the game? You gonna get it?
Yeah, I'm debating about when I'll play it because I do want to play it on launch, and I think me and Jeremy may play it on launch. But we have a a friend who's coming, and like the tradition is that usually him and my husband, he's my husband's like childhood friend,
Okay.
but they always play a Zelda game together.
Oh, okay.
So like they played Ocarina of Time last year, and I think they started Majora's Mask. But they talked about, I think we may be able to just go ahead and play Tears of the Kingdom, just me and him, because his friend, I think he's bringing his girlfriend, and she really wants to play Twilight Princess. So I think that's the one that they'll
Ooh.
play while they're here.
That's really good. We need Windbreaker HD and Twilight Princess HD on the Switch.
Oh my gosh, I know.
They can't stay on the Wii U. It can't.
Jeremy's like, oh, does the Game Star make copies of Twilight Princess HD? I was like, you know how expensive Twilight Princess HD is? It's like $110 game for no reason.
Yeah, because it's stuck. It's stuck.
But it's also not only is it the definitive version, but I think there's extra content
Yes,
in there,
there
right?
is.
It's like additional dungeons.
Yeah. No, there's no additional dungeon. There's like an additional like gauntlet that you can do if you have the Wolf Link amiibo.
Yeah, so it's like there's content that's locked behind.
No.
Nintendo.
So it's like
Nintendo, you ported Pokken and Hyrule Warriors and
they have it.
all the other.
I guarantee they have Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD
just sitting on it.
ready. They're just there. They're just like
They're waiting for a slow quarter. They're like,
Maybe.
oh yes, we're too profitable right now. We need to hold these for when.
yeah. They're waiting for the quarter before the next console. That's
Itachi,
gonna be...
they have Xenoblade X. They
They
do.
do. They do. I also they probably also have Xenoblade Chronicles X
I like how
too.
you clenched your chair like they do.
They do.
Give it to me.
I guarantee
Come on, Nintendo.
they have stuff ready. They always sit on it. They have
Miyamoto is sitting there personally at his desk right now, and he's got 3 things on his desk. He's got Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD, and he's got Xenoblade X, and he's like, not today.
No, he probably has a 1,000-year Door HD remake there too. He probably has.
He's got the Paper Mario collection, and he's just like, maybe later.
Maybe one day, yeah. It's just like
he's got that Mario RPG remaster.
He's got 3 prototypes of Super Mario Galaxy 3. It's like they have so much stuff that we're never gonna see.
Not today, old friend. Oh,
Yeah.
You guys want another new Super Mario?
Yeah. Oh man. Oh well.
He did say though. Did you catch that? I think he said something about like there's supposed to be a new Mario game announcement this year. I'm kind of curious if they will do something with the movie and turn the movie into a game, or do like a skin on one of the games with using the movie models.
I don't think they will. I think if they did, they would have had something prepared sooner. I think they're gonna keep that pretty separate, but it's obviously the movie's definitely gonna make the game sell better. I think it's gonna be a 2D Mario. I don't think we're gonna get a 3D Mario this year. I think it'll be, but I don't think it's gonna be new Super Mario Brothers. I think it'll be a new 2D Mario, not part of the new Super Mario Brothers series.
I just like. I was so sold on Wii, like new Super Mario Bros. Wii.
Yeah.
And like after Wii, like I tried to get into DS, could not. Like I don't know, 2D Mario's, 2.5D Mario's are just not. They're not for me.
Okay.
I'm not the demographic.
I think that is the one that we'll get. I'd be happy to be wrong, but I think that's the one that we'll get. But I also stand by. I think we're getting Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD the quarter before the next console. Like it'll be one of the last releases that we get.
Watch them give one last like kick in the nuts too. They'll be like, we're releasing a Twilight Princess and Wind Waker OLED.
Oh my god. The left Joy-Con is Wind Waker, the right Joy-Con is Twilight Princess.
And then like the dock is all like two-tone or something, and
yeah, the half of it is cell shaded. It's like shit, like the other half is Wolf Link.
It's finally gonna be like a different colored Switch besides like the black with like designs on it. It'll finally be like a different color.
Oh man.
I think the only different color one we had was the Mario one, but I still call that one still looks like Spider-Man. That's a Spider-Man Switch.
That is Spider-Man Switch. Yeah. All right. And I think that's it for our topics. We got them good. We got a lot of fun discussions in. So we'll just go around. Brittany, where can everyone find you at?
Oh goodness. Twitter right now.
Twitter.
And then also I am on Twitch and YouTube, just not currently like super active on there. But yeah, Twitter I post stuff. Instagram as well. If you guys want to see, I post pictures of my game collection, and I work at a game store and do their social media stuff. So if you guys want to check out that, I share stuff from there a lot.
Awesome. Brand, what about you, buddy?
Twitch.tv/TheSavageUV. I stream Overwatch. I stream a lot of my Overwatch team. And then sometimes not Overwatch. If you're lucky, I might do Sea of Thieves.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves is another one. That's another Microsoft game that I'm like, oh man, that
Yeah,
looks
that
fun.
one's fun. It's so much fun.
Brand
Yeah,
loves
it's a good
Sea of
time.
Thieves.
Sea
I
of
love
Thieves is
pirates.
rad.
Oh, I didn't mention Grounded is one that I love, and I want to play Grounded more with you, Brandon.
I
we
want to
need
play
to,
more.
we need to play it. We need to play it.
I'm getting fed up. I just want to see the story. I'm gonna look up the story.
I don't care about the story. The story's we're gonna get probably 4 cutscenes of the story, but I like exploring it and
Can
fighting.
I bring up one really random like last piece of Nintendo Switch news?
Yeah, go for it before we head off.
So I don't know if you guys knew, but Alien Isolation has a Switch port.
Yes,
It's getting a physical via limited run.
that's weird. I did not.
Yeah, it's like super weird. I'm like, this almost seems like too old to get a limited run, but also like, yeah, super random pick. I mean, it's cool, but also it's just super.
I hear it's a
random.
very good version of the game.
It's
like
better. Yeah, it's supposed to be better than the PS4 and Xbox One version.
Yeah, I played
It
the
runs
series
better.
version. I played the series version, which is probably the best version of the game. But besides the series version, I think the Switch version is the best version,
Yeah,
which is
I don't
weird.
remember. I think like the something about the particle effects in it. I think is better. But either way, that'll be probably the 4th time I play that game because I really do like Alien Isolation.
That game is very good. Are you gonna get the limited run then?
Begrudgingly.
That's gonna be rare. That's gonna be a rare game.
I
So
know, because I'm like nobody's gonna either people are gonna buy this because it's aliens but it's like a horror game, right? And I feel
Yeah.
like horror games always appreciate in value. I'm gonna regret it because like the first Alien movie is one of my favorite films of all time. So I'm
Mhm.
like I gotta get it, right?
yeah.
I gotta get it.
I mean, I'm getting they're releasing a new version of Celeste, and I'm
Finally,
getting it because I love the new box art. Have you seen it?
yeah, it's real pretty.
Yes.
The whole Fangamer just dumped like a ton of new Celeste merch, and all of it is like super gorgeous.
Yeah. So
But that new box art, I love it so much more than the limited run version, and I'm glad that game is getting another physical print because the limited run version was just getting ridiculous.
Yes, and I wanted the limited run games version because I almost got that box. I almost got the collector's edition, and I was so sad because I was on that pre-order page. I checked out, and the moment I checked out, they sold out.
See, I went through the hassle of getting it, and then it sat at my mom's house for 2 or 3 years. I finally got it, and the whole reason I got it right is because Jeremy was like, "Oh, I really want to play Celeste," and I got it, and I was like, "Here you go," and he's like, "Oh, this is the collector's edition." I'm like, "Yeah," and he goes, "These are really expensive online." He's like, "I don't really want to play this one." And I was like, oh, and then Fangamer announced theirs, so he's like, "Oh, just sell this one." He's like, "Well, just get the Fangamer like normal physical." He's like, "I like the cover art better, anyways."
Yeah. Well, I love the new box art. Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Pretty.
All right. Well, we did our outro, so with that, we're good there. We'll be back in 2 weeks. By the next episode's gonna be on Tears of the Kingdom launch day. That's the next episode. When that happens, we will do another episode, and I'll probably stream my first impressions of Tears of the Kingdom right after. I'll probably take like a short break while I swap my stuff around and go straight into Tears of the Kingdom. That's also my last day of teaching. And then I'm almost there. But yeah, I'll be back in 2 weeks. I'll be back again, on Monday with Mario Party Monday with Brandon and Marissa. Make sure to check out Brittany, even though she's not active on Twitch right now. Check her out on Twitter, Instagram, and maybe she'll be back with Horizon relatively soon. We'll see. And then check out Brandon with his Overwatch team and sometimes Sea of Thieves. And yeah, this is episode 56 of the Minute Channel, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.